right, so we will go ahead and begin. Namaste and welcome. And if you aren't already in a comfortable posture, whether that's laying on your back or seated in Sukhasana, bring yourself to a place where you can really feel supported, held by whatever might be beneath you, props or just your mat, the ground. We'll take a little time here to really begin our practice. Yoga isn't something that we turn on and off, but it is something that we work to cultivate, which is why we call this a practice. There are times when we're more aware and in tune with the present moment and how we're moving and breathing and experiencing each passing moment. The real work, the heart of our yoga practice is cultivating and deepening this real presence, this awareness, acceptance, gratitude and compassion for everything that happens, for our lives as they unfold. So it's important to remember that we're not here to distract ourselves, forget, ignore anything that's happening. In fact, all of the thoughts, all of the emotions and sensations that we've been carrying that have been impacting us today, this week, this month, all of those things are welcome here. This is a place where we have the opportunity to safely practice creating a little bit of space between all the things that happen that are beyond our control and the way that we respond. In theory, perhaps simple, but we know that it's not so easy in practice. So let us begin by connecting completely with the breath. For a few moments, just allow yourself, without any judgment or expectation of how things ought to be, notice the breath, the way that it's moving through you now. This miraculous force that flows within and throughout all beings, connecting us our whole lives to this earthly experience. It is a great teacher, a barometer, allowing us to become more fully aware of how the things around us are impacting us. The steadiness and depth of our breath is a direct reflection of all that we're experiencing and how we're responding. So right now we can start to do a few things with the breath that will really make up the majority of our practice together. The first thing that we might do is start to breathe in and out through the nose, which is a really important reminder that if anything I say doesn't make sense or feel good in your body, then it's simply a suggestion that you discard. The second suggestion is to allow your breath to deepen, to lengthen. As you breathe in, through your nose or not, can you fill your lungs to capacity? Feel the breath as it flows in and down through the lungs into the belly. And as you exhale, notice the breath as it leaves the belly, the rib cage, the throat. Take a few minutes filling up with this deep breath. And to that, maybe you add one final element, which is a fluidity, a smoothness of breath. So as you breathe in this long, deep inhale, can you move fluidly into the exhale, not holding the breath, but just allowing it to move like the waves on a calm, steady sea? And if it's helpful to bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, really tangibly connecting with this sensation of the breath. It's worth acknowledging if this feels unnatural to you, you're not alone. It takes focus and concentration to breathe so deeply and so steadily with such mindfulness. And it's really the first tool that we have to stay in the present moment. When we bring our awareness to something, it becomes much more difficult for the mind to wander. So there's nothing else that needs to happen in your practice other than noticing, deepening, steadying the breath. Which is why I'll remind you throughout practice, are you breathing deep and free? And if it's not, it's an opportunity to practice just compassionately noticing and coming back. As you breathe here in this mindful way, you're beginning the practice of Vinyasa. Vinyasa meaning to place in a sacred way or to place with intention. So let this breath really guide everything that happens over the course of our time together on the mat. As you breathe in, find length and space in the breath and in the body and even in the movements. And as you exhale, see if you can find a little softness, a little surrender. Right here, you could even practice that by simply noticing what your body is connected to, whether that's your seat on a cushion, your back on the earth. As you breathe in, can you feel all the places you're connecting to what's beneath you? And as you exhale, can you soften a little bit, allowing yourself to surrender, to feel held? Breathing in length and space, exhaling surrender. Take a few more breaths here in this way. And as you're ready, if you aren't already, start to come onto your back. As we move ourselves into the asana, the movement portion of the practice, remembering to stay with the breath deep and free, breathing in that length and space, and exhaling a little softness and surrender. And on your next inhale, find as much length as you can. Stretch your fingers and toes in opposite directions. And here you can wiggle the fingers and toes, roll out the wrists and ankles, and just allow yourself to start to take some really organic movements, even if that's rocking a little bit side to side. When you're ready, exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Same thing, just take some time here to explore, following the breath through your body, noticing places where you might be holding on to tension, all the way through the spine, the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, the nose, the eyelids, the forehead. Breathing into any places that are feeling tight and tender, using your exhale to just let go as much as you can, little by little. If it feels good, you could start to take the knees in circles, just bringing a little movement into the hips, the pelvic floor, and then take those circles in opposite directions if that feels good. As you're ready, hug your knees into your chest. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift your chin and chest up towards your knees. Take a deep breath in and exhale to lower down. We call it Apanasana. Let's take a few more rounds. Inhale on the ground. Exhale to squeeze in. Big breath in. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Big breath in and exhale to lower. Big breath in and exhale, release. From here, take another full body stretch, and you could even spread your fingers, your arms, your toes, your legs like a 5-pointed star laying on the ground. Maybe you rock your hips a little bit, your shoulders side to side here. Imagine you are waking up on the slowest, most delightful morning. And then as you're ready, make your way to a tabletop position. So if rolling vertically along the spine is comfortable, do that a few times. If it's preferred to just roll over onto one side, do that. When you're ready, staying with your breath, come all the way onto hands and knees, tabletop position. Finding some stability here. Wrists could stack below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Just feeling stable, grounded, rooted here. And then start to move through cat and cow. As you exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine, push the earth away. As you inhale, one vertebrae at a time, lengthen, curve, open the chin and chest, lift the gaze. And again, moving with your breath, Vinyasa. Allowing every single movement to be guided by the breath. Letting the movement take the entire length of the breath, so that what we create is something really personal, and it's just this really beautiful dance that feels good and appropriate, honoring everything that you're experiencing in this moment. On your next exhale, return to a long neutral spine. Reach your crown and tailbone away from each other. Pull your belly button into your spine. Lengthen and lift anything you can here. And if it feels good, start to circle the hips out so that you send the sitting bones back towards the heels. And then press forward. And then you can take those circles in the other direction. And then on an inhale, step your left foot behind your right foot. Really press your left foot down into the earth. Press into right hand and reach left fingertips to the sky. If it feels good, Open up the shoulder through some circles here. On an inhale, pull your left fingertips away from your left foot, lengthening, decompressing the skeleton with your own strength. Inhale, reach fingertips to the sky, open the chest slightly maybe. Exhale, drop your left hand, pivot onto left toes, extend your left heel up and back. And if this is going well, extend right fingertips forward. Take a moment here. Notice the neck is long, the chin slightly dropped, hips working toward parallel. Pull right fingertip and left heel away from each other. One more big breath in. Exhale, drop right hand, left knee, and take a couple rounds of cat and cow. As you're ready, we'll switch. Step the right foot behind left foot. Press into left hand, extend right fingertips high to the sky. Same thing, you could start to circle out the shoulder here, moving in any ways that feel good to you. But continue softening the neck, the eyes, the tongue in the back of the throat. Inhale, pull your right fingertips away from your right foot, lengthen and reach, and then on a big inhale, pull right fingertips to the sky, maybe open the chest. Exhale, drop your right hand, extend your right heel up and back. Find stability as you extend your left fingertips forward. Drop the chin slightly to lengthen the neck. Balance out the hips to your own degree. One more big breath in, lengthening to your own degree. Exhale, drop left hand and right knee. Maybe take a couple rounds of cat and cow here, and as you're ready, let toes touch together, knees touch wide as you drop your sitting bones down toward your heels, coming into child's pose. So Balasana, child's pose, or Bhaktasana, devotional pose. The real difference is that the arms reach back towards the heels for Balasana, child's pose, or extend out forward for devotional pose, which is simply a matter of personal preference. And it's a good place to remember that we're looking for a little balance between too much and not enough, a place where we find a sense of honoring, a sense of devotion and commitment, challenging ourselves, but also finding a little playfulness and taking rest when it's appropriate. So right here, remind yourself that at any time, if it's appropriate, simply drop the knees, find a posture that allows you to feel held and surrender, a place where you can return to your breath. Take a deep inhale, reach your fingers and tailbone away from each other. As you exhale, press back to your tabletop, tuck your toes, lift your sitting bones, and press into downward facing dog. And take a few moments here to explore. If this is your first Adho Mukha Svanasana of the day, we're still just warming up. So this can be a nice place to just give yourself the opportunity to wiggle and shake, to find a little movement, relaxing through the neck and shoulders, the eyelids. Reconnecting with the breath. Maybe you bend the knees to let the sitting bones lift a little higher. Take one more big breath in, and as you exhale, extend forward, coming into plank pose. Maybe dropping the knees if that's appropriate. Keep your elbows tucked in tight and lower all the way to your belly. Release your toes, but keep your hands where they are. Hug the elbows in And as you inhale, gently lift to cobra pose. Exhale, lower down, chin touches. Let's take a few more. Inhale, Bhujangasana, just opening the heart, finding a nice sweet touch across the spine. Exhale, lower down. 2 more times, moving with your breath, lengthening, lifting, opening. Last time, nice gentle cobra. Exhale, lower down, knees down or not, press through plank to downward facing dog, and take a couple breaths here. On your next inhale, bring your gaze forward, followed by your feet. Come into forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Really pull the crown away from your tailbone. Lengthen anything you can. And then as you exhale, hinge at your hips and fold gently. Feet spread as wide as you like them to be. Knees bent as deeply as feels good. Give yourself the opportunity to surrender the back of your neck, the crown of your head towards the earth. If it feels good to take opposite elbows, swing side to side, maybe rocking toes to heels, any little movements that feel good. Not taking for granted the ability to be in what might seem like a little bit of a mundane pose, but truthfully, a pretty important movement in our human experience. On your next inhale, put a little bend in the knees, reach your crown and tailbone away from each other, and spread the arms like wings, feeling like this beautiful bird about to soar over the mountains. Pull the belly button into the spine. Reach your crown and tailbone away from one another, and use that strength on an inhale, rise all the way to standing. Reach up, gaze up. Exhale, release your hands. Find yourself in mountain pose, Tadasana. So here, again, just allow yourself to enjoy, fully feel the gift it is to be in maybe a little bit of a mundane posture, but to stand tall on our own 2 feet. What a blessing that is. Maybe bending into your knees a little bit as you really feel every single place in the foot connecting to what is beneath you. Rocking the hips side to side, rolling out the pelvic floor. Finding that really personal dance, that movement that feels good to you. You could start to roll out the shoulders here. Maybe take those in opposite directions. Roll up the shoulders, lift them towards the ears, and as you exhale, release them down the spine. Pull the pinkies in, opening the heart, and rock your head side to side, rolling the chin across the chest, stretching out your neck here. Come back to center when you're ready, standing nice and tall, feeling that strength, a simultaneous sense of groundedness and lifting. Here is a wonderful place to reconnect with gratitude for yourself, your breath, your practice, the moonrise over the forest, the blue skies. On a deep breath in, reach your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, drop your right hand, reach up and over through the left side, body stretch. Inhale, both arms lift. Exhale, drop left hand, extend up and over through right side. Inhale, both arms reach. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find a long neutral spine. Exhale, fold, and step your left foot back. Drop the left knee down, maybe even backing it up a little bit. And see if you can bring the right knee about over the ankle. From here, coming into a low lunge, hands can stay down or come onto blocks or up to thigh or all the way up to the sky. Pull left hip forward, sink into the right hip. Open up the heart and chest. Keep relaxing through the face. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your hands. Straighten the right leg. Toes can come towards the face. Hands walk a little far forward to lengthen out your spine. And start to move here a little dynamically. Bending into the right knee. Straightening the leg long. Moving with your breath. Moving with the sensations in your body, just responding appropriately to what your physical experience, what your partner, your physical body is asking for. Last round here. On your next inhale, come forward, bend deeply into right knee. Option to stay here, or you could tuck the left toes and lift the knee up off the ground. Left hand presses into earth or block. As you feel yourself start to twist open to the right, if that's appropriate, you could bring your right hand to the small of the back or up to the sky. Hug the right knee into the midline. Soften the face, one big breath in here. Exhale, release your right hand down. Drop your left foot so that the left arch comes in line with the right heel. And on an inhale, reach forward and rise all the way up into warrior two. So take a couple breaths here if you need to adjust the stance of your legs. And then as you're ready, bend deeply into right knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, deepen in. We'll take a couple rounds of that, just moving with the breath. Last time, lift up and gaze up. And as you exhale, deepen in. Take a deep breath. Exhale, release your hands down. Step your right foot back. Press through plank. Exhale, lower down slow. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Let's take one more cobra. Tuck the toes. Press back to downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths. On your next inhale, bring your gaze forward, followed by the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Take a couple breaths here. Noticing any subtle changes. Continuing to soften the face. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull crown and tailbone away, lengthen the arms, anything you can with a soft bend in the knees. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Reach up and gaze up. Exhale, drop the right hand, extend up and over. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, drop the left hand, extend over. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, hinge at your hips and fall forward. And this time, step your right foot back. Drop right knee down onto the ground. Hands can stay where they are, or you could start to bring them up to the thigh or up to the sky, finding your variation of low lunge on this side. Keep pulling the right hip slightly forward. Drop into the left hip. Thighs spiral in towards one another to keep that stability and strength. And as you exhale, release your hands down. Straighten the left leg, left toes, come back towards the face maybe. Walk the hands a little further forward on blocks or earth to lengthen out the spine. And then as you're ready, move dynamically forward and back with your breath, noticing subtle variations on this side. Just a couple more rounds here. On your next inhale, bend deeply into your left knee. Preparing for our little twist, you could keep the right knee down on the earth or tuck the toes. Bring the right hand to the earth as you start to twist open. Keep hugging the left knee in towards the center. Maybe reach the left fingertips to the sky, and you could glance up there if the neck permits. One more big breath in. Exhale, release your left hand down. And this time, rise all the way up and open into your warrior two. And again, take a couple moments here just to find a stance that feels good. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, deepen in. Couple more times. Last time, inhale, lengthen everything. Exhale, deepen in. Exhale, release hands. Step your left foot back. Take a vinyasa, lowering to the earth. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale, drop all the way onto your belly. Release your hands. They could come alongside you, or some people like to interlace the fingers, pressing palms together. As you inhale, come into Shalabhasana, just lengthening limbs to your own degree up off the earth. You could glance up if the neck permits, but mostly just focus on breathing. No need to come up too high. One more big breath in. Exhale, hands back in cobra position. Inhale, nice easy cobra. Exhale, tuck the chin. Press back to downward facing dog. Now, on your next inhale, put a little pressure in the left heel. Inhale your right leg up and back. You could stay right here, or if you'd like, bend the right knee and open up. Take a couple breaths here. On an exhale, bring the knee toward your nose. Inhale, reach up with the leg. Exhale, bring your right foot between your hands, placing it there gently. And then surrender torso onto thigh. Start to reach fingertips forward, palms face one another, balancing lunge. On an inhale, now you can always drop the left knee if this is a little too much. On your inhale, come all the way up, full crescent lunge. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, open up. The right hand twists back towards the left heel. Exhale, drop both hands so the chest opens. And then inhale, come back to your crescent lunge. Take a deep breath here, put a little pressure in right foot, and gently, easily start to come up into warrior three. Bring your hands to blocks or the floor if it's too much. It doesn't matter how high the left leg lifts. We're working on balance, and that might be enough. If you're feeling good, you can start to work to lift the left heel a little higher, reach it further back, maybe open up the arms, engage the deltoids here, but keep softening the face, reach the crown and the left heel away from one another. One more big breath in and bring your left foot to meet your right. Inhale your right knee into your hands and take a couple breaths, rolling out the ankle, pull the belly button in, lift up through your crown. You could stay right here, or you could bring your right foot into the crease in your thigh, making a little figure 4 here. If you can, lift it up high enough so that you can release the hands, starting to bend into the left knee, lifting up out of the crown here. Take one more deep breath in, reach up, release the right leg and extend it out forward for one big breath in. And then as you exhale, release the right foot down and switch, extending the left foot back behind you for that warrior 3 airplane pose. And maybe drop your right fingertips towards the earth. Lift your left fingertips to the sky for half moon pose. But no need to stress over it. If it's going well, great. If not, that's also great. It's an opportunity to stay calm through an uncomfortable and difficult situation. From here, bring both hands to the earth. Notice the left leg still lifting as you work to drop the head towards the earth. Relax the back of the neck. Doesn't matter how high the left leg lifts. And exhale, release, coming into forward fold. Shake out the head a little bit. Sway from side to side. Notice how you're feeling. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. On an inhale, come slowly up to standing. Head comes up last. You could roll out the shoulders, maybe widen the stance just a little. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, drop them down, finding your Tadasana. Reconnecting with your breath. Put a little bend in your knees, up to 90 degrees. Reach your fingers and tailbone away from one another. Utkatasana, fierce awkward pose or chair pose. Keep breathing. And as you exhale, come onto your toes. You could reach your arms back. See if you can stay elevated on your toes as you drop your sitting bones toward your heels. Lift up through the crown. If this is a lot on your feet, you can bring your hands down to support you, or you can stay elevated. Doesn't matter how close together the feet are, but you could start to open the knees, and then maybe bring your right hand and start to wrap it around underneath the right leg. Reach left fingertips into the sky and clasp behind if that feels okay. You could glance up over the left shoulder if the neck permits. Take a deep breath in here. On your next exhale, come back to center, returning to previous pose. Exhale, release your hands, drop your heels as you straighten your legs, coming into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step back to plank pose. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, nice and easy, cobra.
Exhale, lower to your belly, release your hands. We'll take another Shalabhasana. So same thing, you could just lengthen your arms long. You could interlace fingers alongside the back. Your choice here as you just work to give some attention to the precious muscles that support the spine here. One more deep breath in. Exhale, lower. We'll take 5 breaths, maybe in Cobra, or if you'd like, you could take Sphinx, bringing elbows parallel, hands out a little further. This is a nice place to soften the low back, the glutes. Feeling the curve of the spine evenly distributed all the way from tailbone to brainstem. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes, press back to downward facing dog. Put a little pressure in right heel. Inhale, left leg up and back. Maybe stay here or bend the left knee and open up the hips. Your choice. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg up and back. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Again, you could stay elevated or drop the right knee if you're feeling like you should. Surrender torso onto thigh. Reach the fingertips forward, palms press in towards one another. Pull thighs in as you inhale, rise up, nice crescent lunge. Exhale, left arm pulls back. Drop your right hand, open the chest, big breath in here. Inhale, back to crescent lunge. Put some pressure in your left foot. Starting to lift up into your warrior 3. Again, we're not concerned with height of right leg. We're concerned with breathing. We're not worried about falling. We're focusing on staying calm, finding a little joy, a little gratitude in the challenge. One more big breath in here and switch, bringing that right foot forward and hugging the left knee into your hands. Take a couple breaths, roll out the ankle. Keep lengthening the torso, lifting the crown. And then again, you could stay here or you could bring left foot into the crease in the hips. Deep bend through the left knee here. You could stay where you are or start to bend the right knee deeply, bringing an even bigger stretch into the left knee. Inhale, straighten everything. Reach your left leg up, hands lift, and maybe give a little kick. Exhale, switch. Drop the left foot. Extend the right heel up and back. Airplane or warrior 3. Maybe dropping the left fingers towards the earth, lifting your right fingertips to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your right hand, right leg still lifting. Drop the head, relax your neck. And release your right foot down. Inhale, halfway lift, find your long spine. Exhale, fold. Take a couple breaths. Maybe a little movement. Maybe some stillness. On an inhale, roll up nice and slowly. Find your own way to stand. Belly button engaged, abdominals active. Finding mountain pose here. As you're ready, start to bend the knees up to 90 degrees. Pull the fingers and tailbone away from each other. Exhale, come on to the toes. Lengthen here and maybe stay on those toes as you exhale, coming down into your squat. Again, you could drop the hands for a little added support if that's feeling appropriate to you. Or you could stay here, working to lengthen the spine. Or if you'd like, take that bind. Drop your left hand, wrapping it under. Bring the right fingertips to the sky and reach around, maybe clasping, maybe not. Maybe gaze up over the right shoulder if that feels okay. Ooh, every single place in the low body. We've got balance, we've got strength. As you exhale, come on out, back to previous pose, hands to heart center. Exhale, drop the hands, drop the heels, straighten the legs, folding forward. Couple breaths here, swing side to side. On an inhale, halfway lift. Reach everything. Arms outstretched like the wings of that beautiful bird, and come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward, make your way back to plank pose. Big breath in here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, nice, easy cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back to downward facing dog, and take a couple breaths here. Maybe drop the knees and take a little child's pose if that would feel appropriate. And then on your next exhale, drop the right knee down, coming back into that balance and little half plank we did before. You could drop your left heel flat, or you could lift your left leg into the sky. Keep actively pressing through your left heel as you lift your left fingertips to the sky. Maybe stay here, or maybe bend your left knee and reach back, clasping the foot perhaps. You could use that strong foot to open up your left shoulder. And if your balance is feeling good, you could gaze up at the sky. One big breath in here. Exhale, release to previous pose. One big breath in. Exhale, drop your left hand. Extend your left heel up and back, and reach the right fingertips forward. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you bend the left knee, reach back with your right hand, but keep the neck long here. Exhale, release to previous pose. One big breath in, lengthening everything. Exhale, drop right hand, left knee. Open up the knees, touch the toes. Have a few breaths in child's pose. As you're ready, press back into your downward facing dog. We'll take a couple breaths here. If you'd like, you could reach towards the left knee with your right hand. Maybe slide the right hand a little further towards the ankle. Maybe bring the gaze up under left armpit. No worries if this is not comfortable. Exit at any time. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your right hand. Drop your left knee. Maybe press the right foot behind you as you reach the right fingertips to the sky, or lift the right heel up and back. Keep lengthening and lifting. If you'd like, bend the right knee, reach back. If you grab it, use it to open up the right shoulder. Maybe gaze towards the sky. Exhale, release to previous pose. Inhale, lengthen right fingertips and right foot. And as you exhale, release the right hand, extend right heel up and back, and extend left fingertips forward. Maybe bend right knee, reach back with left hand, but keep relaxing, lengthening the neck and spine here. Exhale to previous pose. Lengthen and lift for one big breath in. Exhale, drop left hand, right knee, and settle back into child's pose. Just a couple breaths here. As you're ready, press back into your downward facing dog. Maybe bring your left hand towards the right knee, sliding down towards the right ankle, maybe gazing up underneath the right armpit. Exhale, release. Big breath in here. On your next exhale, drop the knees, bringing them as close together as is comfortable. Let the feet come out wide. Start to drop the sitting bones between the heels. We call it Virasana, hero's pose. If you're feeling fragile, maybe a pillow, maybe a blanket or something underneath the sitting bones to take a little pressure off the legs, the knees here. If you're feeling less fragile, maybe walking the hands back or coming onto forearms or even going all the way onto the back. But being on the back is not the goal here. The goal is to feel deeply what it is that you're feeling, to breathe into it, to stay with it. Taking care of these places with our awareness, intention, gentleness, sensitivity. Take a deep breath in. Let out a full exhale. If you've happened to come onto your back, take your time, please take your time. Use your hands to support you. Lift yourself back to seated by way of your heart, letting your chest lead the way. We'll all take one big breath in here. And on an exhale, come on up nice and easy. Tuck the toes behind you. Hug your knees into your chest, giving yourself a really nice squeeze. Dropping the chin. And then as you're ready, let your feet come together as your knees fall wide. This can be a really nice place to bring a pillow, a blanket, a block, something to elevate the sitting bones, especially if your hips are feeling particularly tight. You can scoot your heels as close to your pelvic floor as you like. Pull belly button into spine, lengthen through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips, folding forward. Stay with your vinyasa. With every breath in, find some length and space. And as you exhale, hinge just a little deeper. Take a deep breath in and let out a full exhale. On your next inhale, gently rise all the way back up to seated. If you have any props underneath you, you can remove them as you hug your knees into your chest, making sure it's safe to do so. Come all the way down onto your back. From here, grab the outer edges of the feet, taking a little happy baby if that's comfortable for you. And if you like, rock a little from side to side. Bend one knee at a time, lengthening the other leg long. And then as you're ready, start to pull your knees towards the outer edges of your rib cage, as if you were pulling your knees to the floor beyond your sides. But keep softening your face, relaxing your jaw. The feet are active here. And then as you inhale, release your hands, lift your legs up towards the sky. Bring your hands forward so that palms face one another and lift them about 12 inches up off the ground, 30 centimeters. And start to bring your gaze towards your navel. As you exhale, lower your right leg to the height that your hands are and see if you can bring your face a little closer to your left knee. We call it core exercise, and we work to breathe here, softening the face, staying calm through challenge. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, left leg lowers. Reach closer to your right knee, but breathe. Inhale, both legs lift. Reach both fingertips high. See if you can get them above your feet. Lengthen anything you can. And exhale, release it all. You could hug your knees, sway from side to side. Drop your left foot down. Bring the right leg up and over. We call it figure four. It's pigeon on the back side. So from here, if it's comfortable, reach your hands behind the left thigh or around the front of the left calf. See if you can keep your back surrendered on the ground. Both feet stay active. Feel the right knee press away from your body as your left thigh comes a little closer. If you're not feeling anything, you could simply grab onto your right foot, extend the left leg out long, same thing, keep relaxing your whole back body onto the ground. This is every bit as difficult and beneficial as we can make it. For most of us, we carry so much pain, trauma, emotion in our hips. So we can use our breath, breathing into all the places we're feeling, the physical, the mental, the emotional. Use the exhale to surrender, just a little bit, breath by breath. What I'm carrying that I don't really need, can I let it go? Staying compassionate, sensitive to the difficulties, working to bring that peace and tenderness to this experience of releasing all that we're carrying. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, start to let it all go. Relax both feet down. You could rock a little side to side, and as you're ready, you'll start to switch. The left leg comes on top of right thigh. Maybe reaching behind the right thigh if that feels good. Keeping both feet active, knee presses away from the body, settling into the breath, the sensations, different as they might be on this side. Staying right here with the experience. It may be uncomfortable or challenging, staying with the breath, noticing the sensations, physical, mental, emotional, as they arise, and breathing into them. Exhaling to surrender. Feeling the back body relax, the face. If there's anything that I'm holding on to that I don't need, may I let it go. Take a deep breath in. Let out an open mouth exhale. Start to let everything go. The feet can drop, the knees can rock from side to side. Let's take an inversion of your choosing. Since we're in this restorative place, if you have access to a wall or a block or even a bed or a chair, you could bring your legs up, finding that sweetest of inversions, a really supported inversion. Of course, you can take a shoulder stand, Shirshasana, any variation, even a bridge pose, something that simply allows the hips to be elevated higher than the heart, giving yourself the opportunity to reverse some of gravity's incessant pull on the body. Just breathing into the sensations here, continuing to soften the face, shoulders. Notice as we move into restorative postures that the mind has more of an opportunity to wander. It's not distracted or focused on physical challenges, which is why staying with the breath is even that more powerful. Not only can we use it as a vessel to release lingering tension, to dismantle the emotional and mental weights that we're carrying, but we can also use it just to stay here in this moment. The real work and the real benefits of our practice. Wherever you are, take a deep breath in and use your exhale to let go completely. Coming out of that safely. If you do have your legs up the wall, as we come into supine spinal twists, you could simply walk your feet down the wall and drop the knees over to the right side. But take whatever variation of supine spinal twist you like, allowing the right knee to drop a little low and the right shoulder to stay a little low, and maybe turn the gaze over towards the right shoulder. And stay with that deep, steady breath. Oh, and this sweetest of the yoga asanas, releasing any lingering tension. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Slowly switch, bringing gaze to the sky, followed by knees, hugging them into chest and Switching, left knee comes across the body, maybe both knees. Drop the left shoulder a little low, maybe gaze toward it. Settle into the breath. Follow each inhale down the entire length of the spine through the whole body. Follow each exhale as it carries away those lingering tensions. Take a deep breath in. And let out a full exhale. Inhale, gaze to the sky, followed by the knees. Hug them into the chest. And then squeeze everything, even the things that we didn't affect in our practice, the fingers, the toes, the eyelids, the nose, the Kegel muscles. Give it all a nice big squeeze. And find your way to Shavasana, final resting pose. This is a great place to add layers, socks, and a sweatshirt if your house is as cold as mine is. Just take your time allowing yourself to get really, really comfortable. Remembering that this is the most important posture. It's the one that we've really been preparing ourselves for. This place where we can allow ourselves to completely absorb the benefits of our practice, letting go of any control, even releasing the breath. Allow yourself to feel that sweet surrender. Noticing all the subtle sensations in your body. Allow yourself to relax through the crown of your head, relaxing your forehead, third eye, the eyelids, relaxing the space around your nose and cheeks, your mouth, tongue. Relax the jaw. Relax the throat and neck. Allow yourself to let go tension through the shoulders, softening the space around the heart, all the way down the spine, the arms, the elbows, the forearms and wrists, fingertips. Relaxing through the ribs, belly, relaxing into the hips, allowing yourself to soften through the pelvic floor and thighs, all the way down through the knees, calves, ankles. Relaxing through the tops of the feet, the bottoms, the toes. Feeling the space in your heart. Notice
sensation of a warm, bright light filling the space in your heart. It is the sensation of love. All those who you love, all those who love you. The warmth of the sunshine, of the bird song, new flowers in springtime, the smile of a loved one. Allow your heart to fill up with this feeling. Let this compassion spill beyond the borders of your heart into your whole body, flooding you with warm, soft light. Feeling this sweet compassion as it starts to move into the spaces beyond you, out into the world, warming, comforting all those who need this love. Moka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Moka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Moka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be blessed with happiness, health, and freedom. May the thoughts, words, and deeds of my own life contribute to that happiness, health, and freedom. Thank you for taking the time to share your light, your energy, your practice with me, for cultivating these qualities that they may spread outward into the world. I bow to the divinity in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you wish. Be well.